Hi, my name is Mimi Duen from Period 3 Chemistry. We are out here on this glorious, cloudy day to go over swimming pool maintenance. The 7 basic principles of swimming pool maintenance are pH, total alkalinity, bromine, chlorine, algae control, disinfection of pool water, and calcium hardness. The first basic principle we will be talking about is pH. pH is the most important principle in swimming pool water chemistry. We have my friend here, Mr. Stick, and he will be helping us out with pH scales. Mrs. Poolstick, isn't it true that the pH affects every other chemical balance in pool water?
Yes.
Can you describe the pH scale for us, please?
The pH scale ranges from 0 to 14 that indicates the acidity or basicity of a solution. Numbers are associated with the colors of indicators. For example, if it's acid, it's from 0 to 6. Neutral, 1 to 7. Basic, 8 to 14.
Thank you. pH is important because it affects every other chemical in pool water. Its normal number is number 7 on the pH scale, and if it's not kept at that normal number, you could die. The normal number for pH for the pool water is 7. If it is below 7, eye irritation could occur, or there could be rapid loss of alkalinity, or lastly, water could become acidic. And then if it's above 8, water becomes cloudy, or eye irritation could occur. So either way, when you go swimming, if the water is above or below 7, you can get eye irritation, possibly. To demonstrate if the pH is above or below, you can look at the water to see if it's cloudy or not, which shows you, since it's not above 8. Now I'm taking a chance at this, making sure the water is not below 7. If it is, my hand will burn off because of the acidity. If not, I should be fine. Just kidding, it's fine. Hey, this is Mrs. Poolstick again. We are outdoor in this lovely pool. We will be talking about our second most important, which is total dissolved solids. After a pool has been in use for a long time, dissolved solids may begin to accumulate. These unfiltered solids include, say, your body waste, suntan lotion, chlorines, dirt, or pollen. Normally, it's not a big problem when you have an outdoor pool because of the rain and water. Indoor pools sometimes have a buildup of dissolved solids, but since we're using an outdoor pool, we will talk about our outdoor pool solids. Most pools should be drained after 3 to 5 years. Ideally, pool water contains under 450. If the pool water contains over 450 total dissolved solids, the pool water can become cloudy, or it can cause blindness or eye irritation. To demonstrate if this pool we're using outside has total dissolved solids, or TDS, we will look at the pool and see if there is either suntan lotion residue or bodily waste residue. So if you look right there, you can see that there is no total dissolved solids accumulating on the walls or inside the pool. The third basic principle we will be talking about is the disinfection of pool water. It is very necessary to provide the disinfection for water to prevent the spread of disease from person to person and prevent unwanted growth of bacteria and algae in the pool. One of the basic principles of that is chlorine. The most commonly used disinfectant for swimming pools is chlorine, and it also, because of the extreme high potential for injury or death from improper use, the chlorine gas has been formed to provide chlorine in forms that can be safely used by swimming pool operators. The important thing about chlorine is that you can never put too much chlorine in your pool. I can't tell you how much chlorine you put in your pool because it depends how big your pool is. But if you put too much, it can cause death, which is something we don't want. So remember not to put too much chlorine in your pool. The fourth basic principle we will be talking about is calcium hardness. Calcium hardness is a measure of the dissolved calcium salts in water. Under the normal condition, it shouldn't be a problem when operated in swimming pools, but the estimate of the normal number should be 250. The estimate of the proper range for calcium hardness should be 250. If the calcium hardness is really low, then the water can leach calcium from the pool walls. If the calcium is really high, the hardness can contribute to scale formation and there could be clouding in the water. A method of lowering calcium hardness is just to simply drain part of the pool water and dilute the remaining water with fresh other water. So you would add in new water to clean our healthy pool. As you can see in the pool, there is just enough calcium hardness in the pool because if we had too much, the water would be cloudy. And if we had too little, the walls would be plastering the surface. The fifth basic principle we will be talking about is algae control. Algae are tiny plants that bloom and grow in swimming pools if the nutrients are present and have a sufficient level of free chlorine, and if it's not maintained. Some types of algae, there are 3 main types that can be found in your pool. 1, green algae, 2, mustard algae, and 3, black algae. Green algae is the most common algae in swimming pools. It floats in the water and coats the pool surfaces. If left unchecked, the green algae will very quickly turn the pool water pea green. Mustard algae settles in pool walls and causes a slimy yellow film. Black algae appears in buds or clumps attached to tile grout, corners, steps, and pool surfaces. Algae blooms are a problem best avoided. To prevent algae, maintain proper water quality and frequently brush your pool walls, and that will keep algae out of your pool. As we talked about before, my friend Miss Stick, she said that the most common algae is green algae. We will be checking to see if green algae is in this pool. If there was green algae, you would see a yellowish, peaish green color in the pool. As you can see, it's perfectly clear, so there's no algae in there. The sixth basic principle is total alkalinity, or known as TA. Total alkalinity is closely associated with pH, but its measure of hydrogen ion concentration is a measure of the ability of a solution to neutralize hydrogen ions. Total alkalinity is the result of alkaline materials including carbonates, bicarbonates, and hydroxides. Total alkalinity is a measure of water's resistance to change in pH. If the total alkalinity is too low, the pH can change very fast when chemicals or impurities hit the water. The pH may drop rapidly, causing itching or corrosion. If total alkalinity is too high, pH becomes very difficult to adjust. The high pH often occurs, causing the other problems such as cloudy water. Our last basic principle is bromine. Bromine is a chemical very similar to chlorine, but bromine compounds tend to react more slowly than chlorine compounds do. So bromine is generally more stable and it doesn't change in the sunlight. Bromine to be active over a larger range of pH than the chlorine, bromine will have to combine with ammonia to form bromines in the water. Bromine is less affected by high temperature. Okay, so bromine's normal range is a 7, and if bromine is above a 7, which is above 8, or below a 7, the risk can be very dangerous and high, so you wouldn't want to go swimming. So you want to make sure and check with your pool maintenance person, whoever's doing all the different chemicals to make sure your pool is nice and clean. Alright guys, that's all we have for today, but thank you, and I will see you next time for Swimming Pools Chemistry.